Why we stress ourselves out trying to remember everything? So much of the time we information hoard. We think that by knowing more, by trying to remember everything, we're gonna have a better life and we're gonna know more. But our brains are not storage devices. Our brains are creative devices. And the more information that you try and hold on to, you try and remember without writing down, you're gonna take up space. I remember a couple of years ago, I read a book and it definitely changed my perspective on this. It's called The Second Brain, Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. And the basic concept of the book is about, instead of using your brain as a storage device, using your brain as a creative device and having a second brain, a place where all your notes lie and are on deck for when you need them. And it was funny to me because all through my life, in school, exams, everything we've been taught about what is being smart is having all of this information on deck and going, okay, it's an exam, I need to memorize things. Okay, when I take the exam, everything's gonna be up here. And what you're getting now is you're getting kids who are smart, who are failing exams. You're getting real smart kids failing exams because they're not good at simply holding information in their brain. And what you're getting is people who are good at exams are the ones who are better at retaining information. Because let's face it, really, a smart person goes, why do I need to know something when I can outsource in 1 or 2 seconds and find that information out? If I need to know a complicated bit of information, why do I need to rely on my brain to access that information? Why can't I go to my notes and just find it? And I think what this taught me is that we've confused what being smart is. Being smart is not being able to recall events or information. That doesn't mean you're smart. That means you have a good memory. And the power of having this second brain and having a notes app where you're recording everything. And one of the best things you need for your notes app is a function, a search function that can search for keywords. So you're not going through folders trying to find notes. You can simply search a word and that note comes up. But when I started doing this, I started treating a notes app like a second brain. Over time, it becomes more filled with everything you've done in your life, and you don't need to recall information. You don't need to rely on your brain to remember stuff. Your stress levels significantly decrease. And it's always been a thing where it's like, okay, yeah, everyone knows about notes app. Notes apps have been around for donkey's years. It's like, yeah, but have you been using them? When you realize the power in writing everything down, anything useful that you need to know, get it documented, write it down, takes off the mental load. If you need something, it's there for when you need it. And you make room and space for creative ideas. You're not bogged down by stress of trying to remember things. So I would recommend to anyone to read this book. It just changed the way I saw things. And the whole reason why he wrote this book and came up with this concept is because he had a problem where he had the memory of a fish. He couldn't remember simple things. He had to write things down. So he actually had an obstacle and a problem, and he overcame it. And too often we get complacent as well. We go, okay, well, we don't need to write that down. I'll remember that. We end up doing this so much throughout the day is that we don't realize how much the memory we're taking up. And we forget things inevitably. And then we grow frustrated and annoyed when we forget these things.